All right, so we're going to do example 1 together, and then you guys are going to have of the ability to do 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5 on your own, and I will be posting the solution so you can check. And then we're also going to do 6 together. So we're going to do questions 1 and 6 together, and then I will be posting the solutions for all these so you kind of have them. All right, so for 1, we're asked to sketch a graph of f of x, or this initial problem, and its inverse on the same graph. And then we want to find the x and y intercepts of both. Okay? So for this one, again, this is the cubed root, right? I'm going to go to the left 1 unit and then down 4. Okay? No reflection, no expansion, nothing like that. So my h is equal to -1 and my k is equal to -4. Okay? So hk should be at -1 and -4, which is down here. Okay? Now again, there's no expansion or anything like that, so I went right 1, up 1, down 1, or left 1, down 1, and then right 8, right 8, up 2, right? Left 8, down 2, which is not even on here. Okay? So my f of x should look like this. Okay. Now we want to find its x and y intercepts really quick. Okay. So for the x-intercept, or for the y-intercept, we already know. Oh, sorry. We gotta. Yeah. For the y-intercept, right? We know it's at -3, 0, or sorry, 0, -3. Okay. And again, you can find that by plugging in 0 for here. Third root of 1 is 1. 1 minus 4 is -3. Okay. For the x-intercept, right? Remember, we have to set y equal to 0. Okay. So we go 0 is equal to third root of x plus 1 minus 4. I add 4. 4 is equal to the third root of x plus 1. Cube it. Okay. And 4 cubed is what? 16 times 4, which is, I think it's 64. Yep. So 64 is equal to x plus 1, minus 1, minus 1, and I get x is equal to 63. Okay? Which means that's 63, 0. Okay? Now, you could just simply, you could try to find the inverse and then graph that. But instead, again, I want you to use that trick of just reflecting this thing along the line y equals x, or more specifically, use the transformation, xy goes to yx, meaning that my, I don't need to use the ruler, meaning that for my next graph, right, so xy, so for example, the y-intercept, 0, -3 goes to, so 0, 0, -3 goes to -3, 0. Okay? So for this one, so we have y-intercept, we have x-intercept. For this one, my x-intercept should be -3, 0. And now we should anticipate my y-intercept to be 0, 63. Okay? And we're also going to take this other point here, which is hk, right? And it should now be -4, -1. Okay? For the inverse. So -4, -1 is my inverse. Right? And then we also have this point right here, which is -2, -5, and it should be -5, -2. And we kind of start to see where this is going. Okay? And so my next function should be like this. And that's my inverse. Okay? And that's just a kind of quick and dirty way that you can do this. The only reason I'm kind of speeding through this is I want to give you enough time to at least start your assignment today. Okay? The last problem. So again, I will be posting the solutions to all of these. Okay? The last problem. So now we want to find the inverse of each function. Okay? So again, this is something that we've kind of had to practice for. If I want to find the inverse, okay, the very first thing I do is I write this as y is equal to x plus 1 to the 5th minus 2. Step 1, switch the x and the y's. So now I go, okay, well that means that x is equal to y plus 1 to the 5th minus 2. Step 2, solve for y, meaning get y by itself. Okay? So in order to do that, I'm going to add 2, and so I get x plus 2 is equal to y plus 1 to the 5th. Now in order to get rid of that 5th power, right, a couple ways that I can think about this is I can either take this whole thing to the 1/5 power, right, and just the reason that I'm doing this to the 1/5 power is because I want you to remember that if I have x to the 1/5, this is the same thing as the 5th root of x. But I don't want to use my radicals here because why? Right? I want you to get used to using fractional exponents. So I'm going to take this whole thing also to the 1/5 power. Okay? And so now I've got x plus 2 to the 1/5, which is equal to y plus 1. And I subtract. I'm going to move this up here. And I get y is equal to x plus 2 to the 1/5 minus 1. Mr. Kiefer just can't write. Minus 1. And then for step 3, we replace the y with f inverse. And so I know that, or sorry, g inverse in this case. So I know g inverse of x is equal to x plus 2 to the 1/5 minus 1. Okay? Another way that we can write this, g inverse of x is equal to the 5th root of x plus 2 minus 1. Those are both the same thing. Okay? All right. Any questions on this? I threw a lot at you today, guys. Right? But as long as you guys just kind of bear down and go with it, you should be able to get it just fine. Okay? All right. Are there any questions? All right, I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and get to work on your assignments. I will be posting these videos so you guys will have them to watch in case you need to go back over it a couple of times. Okay? All right.